Welcome every morning with a smile. Look on the new day as another special gift from your Creator, another golden opportunity to complete what you were unable to finish yesterday. Praise be to Almighty for this wonderful day. A very good morning to one and all. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Sridhar Srivastava, Joint Director, National Council of Education Research and Training, Ministry of Education, Government of India, Father Dr. Agustin George, Principal, Kristu College, dignitaries on and off the day, and dear educational leaders from all over India and abroad. The first step in teaching students to innovate is making sure that educators have opportunities to be innovators themselves. Bringing innovation to school, empowering students to thrive in a changing world. High quality learning outcomes are pivotal for students, and exposing them to innovative educational models and education can only heighten their preparedness. Innovation in education can be as simple as doing things in a new way, requiring different approaches, processes, products, or strategies. For educational leaders, we strive to constantly redesign the concept of education to meet the needs of diverse learners, paving the way for innovation that is relevant, personalized, and responsive to the students in our classrooms and school students. This is the need of the hour. Kristu College Autonomous is extremely happy and honored to welcome you to the 8th All India Educators Meet for School Educational Leaders, Transcending School Education by Embracing Innovation. The three-day Educators Meet is organized in hybrid mode, offline and online. The deliberations would help us to prepare the students for the future and equip them with the skills and knowledge needed to succeed in a rapidly changing world. Prayer is the key that unlocks all the storehouses of God's infinite grace and power. Prayer is not fasting. Prayer is putting ourselves in the hands of God at His disposition and listening to His voice in the depths of our hearts. Mother Teresa. Let us begin this beautiful day with the invitation song by the college choir. Lord, make our lives a reason for your light to shine through and a mirror to reflect your love with all you. Excellence starts with getting very clear on the end state that you wish to achieve and relentlessly striving for it every day. We are proud to be part of an institution which continuously strives towards excellence, possessing unique work culture, concomitant with institutional vitality, leadership, and governance, a learner-centered campus, vibrant faculty, and intellectual vigor. President College, founded in 1999, is managed by the Bodhi Niketan Trust, formed by the members of St. Joseph Province of the Carmelites of Mary Immaculate Myanmar. The college has accomplished many milestones within a short span of its existence. To mention a few of the achievements, the college affiliated to Bengaluru North University with an autonomous status has been re-accredited with grade A++ in 2021 by NAC in the third cycle of accreditation with a CGPA of 3.78, the second highest score in the country so far. Kristu College Autonomous has recently been awarded the first prize at national level for Clean and Smart Campus Award. Adding another feather to the cap, Kristu College has been ranked among the first 150 colleges in NIRF rankings. The college is setting standards higher and higher as we march towards in our continuous pursuit for excellence under the excellent stewardship of Father Dr. Agustin George, Principal, and the support of management team. As part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen academic leadership at the secondary school level, we conduct an interactive learning session for the principals and educational administrators across the country every academic year. This event has witnessed more than 1,200 educators from across the country with the presence of bishops, education secretaries, provincials of various congregations, and leaders of various educational associations in the last academic years. We are now in the 8th edition of the Educators Meet. Empowering those around to be heard and valued makes a difference between a leader who simply instructs and one who inspires, and Dr. Aloysius Edward is one such leader. Now I request Dr. Aloysius Edward, Dean, Faculty of Commerce and Management, and Director, IQAC, Kristu College, to deliver the welcome speeches.
Good morning to one of you. Respected Professor Kristu, Joint Director, National Council of Education Research and Training, Ministry of Education, Chief Guest of the Day. Father Dr. Agustin George, Principal, College Economics. Dr. Jonas Richard, Head Department of Social Work, the convener of International Education Team. Dr. Justin Nelson Michael, Director of Center for Research at College. Administrators, principal teachers, fathers, brothers, who have come from various high schools, higher industries, university colleges across the state of our country, and my dear friends. At the outset, I, on behalf of the organizing committee, welcome all of you to 8th National Educators Meet on Transcending School Education by Embracing Innovation, organized by Internal College International College, consecutively for the past 3 years. All of us know in today's knowledge economy, where information data are free, the organization or institution, whether it's a business or education, is undergoing tremendous change more suddenly and frequently than before. The educational institutions have no exception to adopt changes to meet the requirements of our stakeholders. On this great occasion, we sincerely appreciate all the administrators, principals, and teachers for your selfless service in school education, for nurturing, guiding, transforming, and empowering our student community who are the future of our nation. Today, education has become more competitive. More corporate companies have come into the picture. So it is not, it doesn't matter how much the quantity in terms of quantity, but in terms of quality in delivering knowledge. Education has undergoing tremendous change. When you look at the basic trends in education that drive the innovation and to bring changes, it includes You look at all those changes, even economically developed and developing communities, including Italy and Greece, are facing crises in political, economic, social, cultural, and moral issues, and the geopolitical risk is involved. The second major trend that defines the innovation is the rising democratic dividend of our country. By a lot of countries that talks about the democratic dividend of our country. By 2028, approximately 2% of our population will be raised between 18 and 25 years. It means that a tremendous increase in workforce job market that would demand a commensurate investment in education. So the important point here is the skill set, what is required for this very generation is very much required to transform our country. Another major trend which is evolving is technological changes. So the world becomes flatter, ICT becomes the integral part of learning, and the information technology changes that will create wonderful opportunities in education, which include virtual learning and virtual learning on platforms. Another major trend that brings innovation in school education is implementation of NEP 2020 in school education from this academic year to bring innovation in curriculum, pedagogical methods, integration of technology, infrastructure and facilities, teacher development, and so on. So as an educator or as a teacher in school education, we need to understand these changes and the effects of these changes in school education. In this background, the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of our college is organizing 8 national educators meet on transcending school education by embracing innovation. On this great occasion, we have a person who has introduced a lot of innovative approaches in school education, an effective administrator, an excellent teacher of all of us in statistics, and continuously providing his input in national curriculum framework under English. Professor Dr. Sridhar Srivastava, Joint Director, NCRT, National Council of Education Research and Training, Ministry of Education, Government of India, Chief Guest of Honor. Yes, sir, we are extremely overwhelmed by your gracious presence today. And your presence today, the great of all the people gathered here. I, on behalf of management, staff, and participants who gathered here, both physical and virtual mode, welcome you to our campus and being part of this 8th National Educators Meet. May I request our beloved Father Principal for the sapling to our chief guest, Professor Sridhar Srivastava. Principal College promise focus on creating holistic excellence and preparing students for life. With its 4 values, strength, integrity, dignity, and excellence, through its educational philosophy, values, attitude, skills, and knowledge. As rightly mentioned by the NC, we strongly believe that quality in education is continuous process, and we have achieved many milestones in our quality journey within 24 years of our existence. Accredited with highest grade 8++ by now, basically a 3.78 out of 4. The third cycle of application ranked received the first place at the national level for clean and smart campus award from Government of India by the Government of Kajani, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Launch of National Education Policy on our campus for the first time in the history of Karnataka by Dr. C. Ashok Narayan, Honorable Minister of Education, Government of Karnataka. Ranked as in the top 150 colleges as the National Institute ranking framework, ranking, Ministry of Education, out of 48,500 colleges in the country. Won Bangalore University and Bangalore Northern University Youth Festival continuously for 14 times, and representing Our university at the national level, our student community zone, various prizes at the national level, ranked as one of the best colleges in the country as per executive survey since 2009, ranked as one of the best emerging colleges of the century in arts, commerce, and science, consecutively for past 2 years, which includes a dedicated, sincere, and human effort on their projects. On this great occasion, with immense joy, I welcome Father Dr. Hudson George, our beloved principal, who always introduced a lot of innovation through implementation of technology in teaching learning, such as blended learning, fifth classrooms, led in front in securing A++ grade in third cycle of application, always mentoring, guiding all of us to journey of excellence through his lot of energy and zeal. Dear Father, with immense pleasure, I welcome all the transformers of future India, principals and administrators, teachers of various high schools, higher secondary schools, fathers, nuns, who have come from various parts of the country to make this national educators meet a very success. We value your physical and virtual presence today. And once again, I on behalf of our organization committee, welcome each and every one of you to 8 national educators meet on transcending school education through innovation, through innovation. We are delegates, we welcome you all. We have started this national educators meet in 2015. We started this in physical mode, and then for the past 2 years, we have organized in virtual mode. This year, we are organizing in the blended mode. So this 8 national educators meet with the sincere, dedicated team efforts of Dr. Jonas Kristu at the Department of Social Work, Dr. Mary Jacob, head and faculty department of computer science, and the faculty coordinators, Dr. Sindhu Sinha and Professor Soumya Simon, the faculty department of psychology, and all the faculty members of various departments has made this particular very grand success. Dear teachers, we welcome you all. I welcome Dr. Jonas Kristu to this program. I express my warm welcome to Dr. Justin Nelson Michael, Director, Center for Research, who has been instrumental in enhancing research quality output of our institution in all the teachers. We welcome you. I express my warm welcome to all my fellow colleagues, to all my members of IQAC to this National Educators Meet. Dear teachers, we welcome you all. I wish all the participants an enriching learning experience during 3 days National Educators Meet. Enjoy our hospitality, enjoy the Bangalore climate. I welcome you on the cross. Thank you all.
Dr. Aloysius Edward is the driving force behind the activities of the IQAC. His dedication and undivided attention in quality sustenance culminate in very relevant events as this educator meet. It's a joy to welcome you, sir. A lamb that does not speak, it introduces itself to its life. I now request the dignitaries on the day to welcome you. Representing the participants, I request Brother Sergeant Anthony, Principal, Little Flower High School, Hyderabad, and Ms. Parvati Mahathur, School Advisor in the Children's Science Department, St. Saviour's High School, Beyond and Nepal, to join the dignitaries to light the lamp. Kindly rise for the lantern. The land features us to be upright, rise upwards, and dispel darkness. Dr. John Richard is a versatile planner. He has been diligent and meticulous in organizing the 8th All India Educators Meet. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. John Richard, convener of 8th All India Educators Meet, and the Director, Center for Life Skills Education, to present the prelude to the Educators Meet.
With your deliveries of the days, respected principals, administrators, of renowned schools across the country, your campaign pages. Once again, our hearty welcome to each one of you for the 8th All India Educators Meet organized by IQAC for Kristu College, the theme Transcending School Institution. Before even I give my introduction, I would like to take you through a short journey of evolution of education. All of us are aware the history of education dates back to ancient culture, where the primary purpose was to teach children the skills needed to survive, thrive in a community. As civilizations evolved, society grew more complex, education became increasingly important as a tool to pass on knowledge, values, beliefs from one generation to the next. Somewhere in the Middle Ages, education was mostly reserved for the wealthy and the privileged. This changed in the 16th century with the advent of printing press, which made books more learning, accessible, and available. 17th century witnessed a large amount of teaching by the church, by monasteries, and the religious certification to the education. By the 18th century, witnessed a major shift in the entire educational system. Education has been seen as a tool to prepare citizens for their roles in the various levels of society. And the emphasis shifted from religious to secular education. This period also saw the emergence of public schools and universities, as well as the development of by 19th century saw an emergence of new institutions such as literature, as well as the introduction of subjects such as languages, mathematics, and sciences. Education during this period also began to focus more on practical skills such as reading and writing, as opposed to the emphasis on memorization and rote learning that was the 20th century saw a major advances in education, the emergence of new technologies such as internet, which allowed for greater access to information. In addition, the focus of education also shifted to individual with an emphasis on developing the skills, abilities of the people. Forward in 2023, in 21st century, today, education is increasingly focused on preparing students for the changing world. With more emphasis on technology, problem solving, and critical thinking skills. The current focus in this 21st century is on developing the skills necessary for success in the modern world. This includes teaching the students of the skills necessary to face the day-to-day changes, adaptability to the current world. Many schools are now implementing project-based learning, which allows students to engage in problem solving and explore real-world problems. Additionally, technology is also increasingly being integrated into the classroom that provide a more engaging and immersive learning environment. The 21st century is also more complex and more focused on need for psychological and emotional wellness of the learners as well as the teachers. Dear friends, it is with this background, this is the knowledge, is the participants who think educatedly for the school principles. Why do administrate? This could have been very well given to the people. It is the leaders. Leaders are learners are leaders. It is the leadership that creates and promotes changes in any organization. It is the academic leadership that is essential for setting and achieving educational goals in the 21st century. The advancement in technology and the need for global collaboration, academic leaders are responsible for, that is, we are responsible for developing innovative strategies to prepare students for the future and the next future. It is not right education, it is right education. That is the current situation. Second, academic leadership is necessary for ensuring that educational institutions remain competitive in an increasingly competitive marketplace. Academic leaders must be able to identify new opportunities and to develop strategies to back them into remain more competitive. Third, academic leadership is crucial for creating an inclusive and equitable learning environment. We, as academic leaders, are responsible for striving to create a culture of respect, understanding, and collaboration in order to create a safe and supportive learning environment for all students. So, it is with this background, with the purpose of empowering academic leadership community, we are organizing with the three specific objectives. First, to share the best practices in our educational leadership in schools and administration and management. Second, this is also an opportunity to network and build strong collaborations between academic leaders from different states of the country and from other nations. Third, to discuss and to jointly explore innovative strategies and approaches for skill improvements, curriculum development, and student engagement with specific reference to your current local realities. Dear participants, the 3 days sessions, we have 8 technical sessions and 1 panel discussion focusing on 3 major themes. 1, education and technology. Second, sustainable education practices. And third, school information transformation. In addition to the input sessions, we will also have participative sessions in the form of panel discussions and group discussions, and output sessions in the form of networking events for the next weeks. With all these efforts, it is sincerely hoped by the end of day of tomorrow, Saturday, we all are expected to go back to our respective schools and school communities with increased knowledge and improved communication and enhanced identification of strategies to better our schools. Thank you once again for taking time away from your busy schedules for 3 full days. It is not busy for school principals to 3 days during these times, and the investment that you are making, it's not just on your personal enrichment or your professional development. These 3 days are investment for the collective development of your teachers and students. Finally, with a lighter note, for any conference like this, please be aware of 3 things. Place. At least the offline participants, we have managed to fill out at least 100 of you from your regular office schedules, from your regular environment. So that way, we are able to spend more time there. Second one, people. If you are so used to the people who distract you in your offices, don't worry, they are not here. Especially for the offline principles, and so that you are able to concentrate here more. Finally, the managing the final distraction is in your hands. Sorry, it should not be in your hands, it should be in your pockets. That is your phone. Wishing you all a very, very happy learning environment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that interesting interview to educate me. A leader is one who sees more than others see, who sees farther than others see, and who sees before others see, as well quoted by the Royal Friends. Now I request the one who inspires all of us with his illuminative ideas and dynamism, Father Dr. Augustine George, CMI Principal, Kristu College, to deliver the presidential address.
Most distinguished professor, Dr. Sridhar Srivastava, Glowing Director, National Council of Education and Research and Training, New Delhi, Government of India. Dr. Alois Chichadiwar, the Community Management and Director, IQAC, Student College. Dr. Jonas is the convener, Education. Dr. Justin Rothenmeister, Director of Center for Student College. Mr. Justin Principal, Administrative, Quality, and Department. Hugely delighted to welcome all of you to the space where this master Jesus is needed, with witnesses, participants from the person here and from the world. We're really honored to have Professor Sridhar Srivastava, Joint Director in CERC, as our Chief Guest to inaugurate the free All India Educational Scheme. With his insightful guidance and methodical interest, he considers a lawful educational area of our country. As you know, different roles in various organizations and in his personal capacity, he demonstrated his administrative acumen, professional competence, futuristic vision, and academic excellence to raise the academic standards of the many institutions, and now particular as a joint director of IQAC, really motivates his humility and his futuristic vision. Thank you, sir, for joining with us today. It is a need. This conference is furthermore distinct and magnificent because of the presence of the bishops, solution, education secretaries, and other luminaries from different secretaries of India and abroad. Many of them are attending the program in online mode. Let me join with the entire Christian family to welcome and wish all the best to all of you. Christian College Autonomous carries a rich tradition and legacy of CMI education philosophy. Started by Saint Priya Cecilia Savara, the founder of CMI congregation. The vision of the college is to build a renewed humanity through the integral the development of mind, body, and spirit. The motto of the college, the life and prosperity, aims at this simplicity, the harmony of spiritually and the physically, the mind and the body. We have a very hungry beginning with the minds within 1999 that has made astonishing curiosity how to change the number of funds for the patients. Now we have around 10,000 plus students in the campus. Our quality journey was highly recognized in various countries in national and international levels. Why is it ubiquitous community and brings you to connect with you, the principal, the administrators, and academicians, to share and discuss the tools and best practices for finding and nurturing the thought competencies of each institution. We started with this program with the recommendations and requests for the chief ministers in the Inauguration. And moreover, we connected with many of the institutions in India through the Center for Professional Development and Lifelong Learning that is the university, which involves training in teaching and principles of the field from colleges. We received a lot of support. It is doubling year by year. So we started thinking of bringing all together in this common platform for sharing resources and the goals and ideas. The context of schooling is changing, so the framework. While dealing with the educational change, the emphasis needs to shift from the planning to start with execution, from the management model of control and command to empowering and networking, and the plan strategy to building sustainable capacity of the people and from transferring people to transforming the people. Whatever the great institutions that we are running, our success depends on how we are committed to create the communities around us. I may classify these communities into three categories: the academic community, the administrative community, and well-wishes community. Sustainability and survivability of any institution depends on how good we are fostering and nurturing these communities. In a school or in education institution, really focused to develop the academic community, and we are so good in that. We're in teaching, the administrative staff, the students, and the parents are really involved in it. From this circle, we are very particular to create the administrative community to run the institution, particularly demanding the program, to develop the practices, to sustain to develop the policies, to offer the services, sustain the academic and institutional culture, and the list can be more and more. But this can be done only by the empowering and delegating members from our own selected the academic community. And the monarchical structure, we are more into the delegation. Our focus must be also to develop a well-wishes community, mostly outside the premises, for the smooth functioning and the further development of any institution. And this is a prerequisite for the growth and establishment. How big this community is, granting value and growth habit. It is the time or the need of the time to have a transitional experience to view the role and strength of any institution in securing the high results in the transformation and the learning phase. The growth or development trajectory of the school education or the college education can be viewed using many parameters like the policy, the culture of institutions, the quality of the teaching, the enrollment of the students, process and procedures for delivery of the services, the unique practices that we have, and the desired outcome that we are going to achieve or not, and the value it creates in individual and in the society. All of you are coming from a rich academic background, and again, you are the administrators, and you are into the academic excellence with the futuristic vision. The objective of this national conference is not to offer a set of procedure or inspection, but to facilitate the thought-provoking deliberations and knowledge sharing on opportunities and challenges in education. And we are here to share our experiences from the input of all the well-wishers, how an empowered community in an institution transform both administrative and academic culture, and how the process and technology integrate to leverage the great potential of the institution. I acknowledge with the satisfaction the effort taken by the team of people from Kristu College, especially Dr. Jonas Richard, Mary Chester, Dr. Zaumia, and many more in that team to organize this program in a very particular way. I'm a fortunate principal I used to see in many forums. It is because I represent the committed and diligent faculty members whose transcending commitment has made the Presbyterian College after the degree. We do organize more than 800 academic programs in New York at around the 24 auditoriums of the GED school. And this is the one among the programs that we do organize. So I highly appreciate the effort taken by the deans, the head of the department, and the directors of the unit center. And the real gratitude goes to you, the principal and administrator, your thoughtfulness to come down to the 50 game problem, having such a great confidence in what we are offering or what we are going to have in these days. And that really matters a lot to us. Thank you all. The father of modern philosophy, the Rene Descartes was once said, I think, therefore I am. The existence and progress of the humanity is due to the ability of the people to think, to creativity. Through this conference, we expect the synergy of creative thinking minds, the vision and diffusion of the ideas, and above all, the realization of the intuition and enlightening the power of the knowledge. Before I conclude, I thank once again the chief guest of the day, Dr. Srivastava, for gracing the occasion. I wish him get confident, time, and exciting time. Thank you.
Visionary leaders are the builders of a new dawn, working with imagination, insight, and confidence. Father Augustine George, our principal, is one such committed visionary who spearheads Kristu College and steers it to reach greater heights, the one who encourages and enriches our every endeavor. Thank you, Father, for emphasizing on enriching and fostering the academic, administrative, and well-wisher community and make a transitional change for transformation. Empowering those around to be heard and valued makes the difference between a leader who simply instructs and the one who inspires. Dr. Sridhar Srivastava is such an inspirational leader. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Sridhar Srivastava. Dr. Sridhar Srivastava is Joint Director, National Council of Educational Research and Training, Ministry of Education, Government of India, Delhi. He is also the Chairman, National Institute for Open Schooling, and IOS Malta. He has a vast and enriching experience of more than 27 years, which includes lecturing statistics at Mahatma Gandhi Chitrakoot Gramoday Vishwavidyalaya, reader in education statistics and professor of educational survey from 2006 at NCERT. His experience as professor in statistics includes teaching courses in statistics to undergraduate and postgraduate students of science, engineering, agriculture, rural development, and other streams. He has vast experience in active policy level engagements with state government and agencies in the area of school education and large scale assessment surveys under SSA and RNSA. He provides academic support in conducting national and state level training programs for state and district level education administrators. Dr. Srivastava has served as head of the Education Survey Division, head of Planning and Monitoring Division, and Dean Coordination of NCERT. He was a member of the Working Group for National Sample Survey, 75th round from 2017 to 18, and devoted to household consumer expenditure and household social consumption in the year 2016. He was a member of the development team for the National Documents and Learning Outcomes at the elementary stage. He was also involved through projects with the department in exploring the options for addressing issues of delay, uniformity, and quality in education statistics being produced at the national level. Dr. Srivastava has been organizing as well as delivering lectures and training programs for capacity building in statistical methods, sampling techniques, research methods, and data quality management, and has been planning the course outline and developing the training manual for country-wide training programs. Dr. Srivastava has done his entire university education from Benares Hindu University and earned BA honors in statistics, MA in statistics, and PhD in statistics. We are overwhelmed by your proficiency with the numbers and expertise in administration and management. We are extremely privileged to have an eminent educationist and a visionary leader amongst us today. Mr. Jaindu College is greatly delighted to invite Dr. Sridhar Srivastava, Joint Director, NCERT, to present the inaugural address.
A very good morning. Being your principal students in college. Dr. Aloysius Edward, is Professor and Dean, Commerce and Management Director at IQAC. Dr. Jonas Edward, convener of this program, and Dr. Justin Nelson, Director Center for Research. And most importantly, the principals, teachers, brothers and sisters, before whom I am standing so overwhelmed by the kind of honor that the college extended to me in inviting for this important interaction. Really very happy to be your friends. When the lady announcer was mentioning about, she was defining everything. A leader is more than the other two. The leader is farther than the other two, and the leader is earlier than the other two. So he was really very right. Tell you about Kristu to college in the leadership of father. Yesterday when I arrived, I had some time in my room, so I just Googled that, had a virtual tour of the college, college by blogger. Just interesting, because really what I want to mention that we found here a lab for national staff of students. So I have heard about many institutions and I have listed many institutions, but it really comes under that institution being earlier than the other two. The college has established a lab formation start of it. And that must be the reason that the other uh, honors that the college has got in the NIS 19 by India today, also clearly the father. I'm really very happy to be here. You see, the program in which we are interacting here, uh, you all will agree that education is an interrelated dynamic process with the purpose of developing human beings. But at the same time, we should just think that it depends a lot on the context and the situation of that community, country, or the situation in which we are talking about, and the system of education depends a lot on that. For a country like India, as Dean sir was mentioning, figure that by 2028, between the age group 18 to 25, we will be population as a sovereign country. We all know that UNFPA report essentially changed about the future. So this is a situation in which we have to deal with first. There are other situations which are very strange. I think we are living in a world which is seeing so what things. We are not living in a world which is like this. We are living in a world which is one to slow forward. The economic changes that are taking place, the advancements in the industry, we are living in the age of blockchain. So this is the situation which is true for us is the largest democracy and the largest young country. So we have to think very, very critically and we have to think very, very critically. And more situation is for us. The national education policy 2020, which is a document that 66-page document. Many of you must have read it and all that. This is a document which associates itself with the large aspirations, with the aspirations of the large population. I remember the World Cup in 2020 September, 6th September of celebrated of 6th September. So in the inaugural address, we said that this is not a policy. It's a document which is associated with the aspirations of this community. That talks about identifying the ability, potential of each and every child and further nurturing it, fostering it further with the teachers and parents. So we have to be very careful in identifying the stakeholders of what are the different, who are the different stakeholders in education. Parents are very important stakeholders. I leave no opportunity on any such opportunity to place before you all that we should always impress upon parents that you are leaving those children to us. Yes, you are here. We will be interacting with your children and we will be giving all opportunity of freedom and life, giving school as a lot of space. But you as a parent are no less important. We know that now the information data is available everywhere. We are able to see. That's not the kind of time we study with free and only that time duration is opportunity and time. Now the child can interact with with the world sitting at home also. Interaction with family is very important. So parents is a very important. It's a very important. Just here, bring this to the condition of the parents. So with these words, I would just mention a few points that I think very important at this moment, and I should place those before you all. We as NCRT, we are involved in the betterment of education, quality education for the whole country because we are widely assisting central government as well as state government, all states. So what I would say that we are thinking about on one hand institution like this, Student college or the schools like this, but on the other hand, we have to think about the other side of that. We have to think about the bottom of the rank in terms of system, in terms of the so we have to be very uh, concerned about that. National education policy has brought for the first time into the fold, formal fold, the early childhood care. And many of you must be knowing that the curriculum framework for foundational stage has also come. And it talks about uh, the pedagogy which is based on play, choice, interactive pedagogy. So we have to see that children coming to us at the early stage are given opportunity of developing holistically and they should be given opportunity of expression, interaction, play, all the developmental aspects we have to see together and we have uh, to keep the curricular goals in our mind. We have to design the activities or sequence of activities so that competencies uh, are achieved by those children and will achieve the learning. So for that, it is very important that the teachers are trained to be very uh, open-minded in the sense that they should be able to observe the potential and ability of the child. And they have to just observe the child in respect of their needs, in respect of their needs also. Multilingualism. And NEP talks about multilingualism. And teacher are needed to be trained what exactly multilingualism means in a school and mainly in a class, where the child is coming from home to school, the home language should be different, and the school language should be different, mother and the medium of instruction in that state or district should be different. So this is very important. But and you know that missionaries have done uh, very good uh, to this problem. They have handled this problem very well, I would say, in many transient areas. And we consider that this is very important. We have not to teach the child who is coming from the home language to the school language in such a manner so that child stops stressing. We have to appreciate, we have to understand what the child is suffering. We as a teacher have to learn the language of the child. at least a few words you have to acquire. So this is a very important aspect. We have said in that foundational stage curriculum framework also, and which is very important for you as a principal also. Experiential learning is very important. Experiential learning is important for the reason I tell you that now the situation has changed. I just would request you to recall the time when there was slide rule, and for calculation, even in the engineering, my elder brothers, they were using these. I did not go for using, but I saw that making calculation. Then the calculator came. So calculation was not a big deal. It became a commodity simply in the sense that they put the figures and the calculator with the figure is clearly. They have the ability to pay the price without calculation. Then came the time when uh, the time of internet changed. Then information was not at a premium, it became a commodity. We just started them there and some keywords, and then a good amount of information we needed to validate it, but a good amount of information in the sense of research output, they are there at the click of one. Now we are living in the world of job, we are thinking of something, whether the physical thinking is the community in country where we are. I would especially also contact with the two. Can the physical thinking also become a community? I personally feel this. Because human thinking cannot be replaced by any, any the closing the eyes, taking deep breath, and putting your mental thoughts, take some peace, and then later on thinking very critically on how to do something. For me, that cannot be replaced by any technology. So, uh, essentially, we as institutions have to be very, very much uh, ready that what kind of experiential opportunity of experiential learning is providing to students. A student in school, I tell you, they are coming with very fertile mind. They are coming with very uh, pure uh, mind. A lot of thinking they are having. I often jokingly tell to many people, I personally believe that they are also teachers are also that's even the most naughty boy or the most naughty child in your class. I cannot use the word boy or me. Any student, the most naughty student can also be here with us. If we just try to instill some hope in the child and we uh, exhibit some kind of approval uh, about that child or people develop in that child. The child may change. It may change. We have not to give only condemnation or we have to only despise it, that particular side. So what I'm trying to say, experiential learning in what manner is to be given, that is very important. And as the pedagogical change is required with the increment in the stages from foundational to preparatory to middle and to the secondary stage in the same nomenclature of national education policy for the 20s, I feel assessment is also very important to be aligned with that. Because nowadays, uh, the kinds of assessments we are having, I'm talking about predominantly, predominantly where the assessment is so stressful. I'm not very much aware about the assessment here in the Kristu College, but I'm talking about day in, day out, the kind of assessment is required in the present time, skill-based assessment, peer assessment, self-assessment. These are very important in the present time. because we have not put the stress on the mind of the child. Now you see the board examination, many students coming out of good marks, making inroads to good academic institution also coming out from that institution or during the continuation of that course, they are getting many times so stressed that we are coming to different kinds of we are coming to a different kind of situation. That is very difficult for the present time in the present time, and all these relative dividends are going to see this kind of impediment. Mental stress, mental health is very important. In curriculum framework for the foundational stage and even the curriculum framework for the school education also, we are coming with that 5 P's of uh, human development. अन्न में, प्राण में, विज्ञान में, गुणों में, and ultimately. This is very interesting to understand about that. I tell you, often we feel that these are something coming from the scriptures or something very interesting. But it's, as a common section, I am a person of statistics. I have been a student of statistics. Whatever I say about the education or the theories of education, that is all my learning. I work to have been in CRT and living in the country. But at least as a common section, I can tell you that this is my observation about Anandamaya, the ultimate thing of human development and the equilibrium between body, mind, and inspiration. You see, what we are getting presently as a child is coming from very good school, good parents, no problem of any money, economy, nothing. All faults are there. And then the child is setting AIT. And then the child is moving to foreign university, that is the dream of students coming out of school and colleges. And the child is working in the top corporate world, maybe some world top institutions. And the age of 45 or 46 or 40, that young person, that adult person, who is coming back to country and getting involved in the activities of data science, social surveys, and other activities of survey. So, at least for that person, the Anandamaya force was still to be fulfilled by something else and other things he or she was involved. So, for all of us, this journey goes the whole life. So, with this idea, we are just bringing in the curriculum, we are just touching upon all these 5 things that very important. That also encompasses your awareness about climate change and the nature and your values for everything, humility, your respect for others, appreciating others' perspectives. So these all dimensions are involved in that. I think of it. So these are a few things that I wanted to share with you all. And I think it was 15 minutes time, so our time is coming to an end. But I had requested Dean Sir to devote a few minutes, one of you in one of his questions, if the time permits. So with these words, I will stop here and here to welcome the few questions.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Padmanabh. Sir, to directly pose on the question, we are talking about NEP 2020. I think from past 3 years, we are in the discussion of NEP 2020. And along with this, we are going to margin with NCF 2023. Like if you look into the objectives of NAP 2020 and the objectives of NCF 2023, you could see a marginal difference if it has to be applied into different states and districts, as you have been telling about various backgrounds. When exactly will it come into action? Because almost all the states are in a dilemma. If you look into the north and the south, there's a lot of difference. North had already adopted, and south is yet to adopt, and south is planning to have from 2023-24 their thing. Can you just throw light on it so that we will be enlightened? You see, very briefly, first of all, you will be agreeing that you see the country is. So firstly, the state response is very important. But I tell you the time lag that you mentioned, we saw the COVID, okay, and interestingly, the policy changed during COVID because the life. And there are many activities in March, many activities have been implemented, and many things which are positive there that have been taken very warmly by the South Indian states are there. But the school education curriculum framework, the draft is in the public domain, and the last week also we were in the meeting that is being scheduled. So this year it is coming, and we are making all attempts that the curriculum and the test was according to the new curriculum framework to be rolled out in the coming academic year. Thank you. Very good morning, sir. So I have a small question for you. So NEP 2020, we all discussed about that thing. So the major problem which we are facing in our higher education institutions that our best of the brains are leaving India, going abroad. This problem we are facing in North. I'm representing North here. So state of Punjab, like majority of students after doing their grade 12, they leave India because they leave Punjab. But they don't find very lucrative or very productive courses available in India. The rest of the brains go. So it's my humble request. What NEP is doing, what Prime Minister Modi has already said in NEP 2020 that best of the institutions from abroad are coming to India. My only concern is, what about our students? Why not reopen them? Why not making to the students here only? Why are they leaving? So let's do something for that. Yeah. So my humble request is that what are the measures they're taking for implementing such measures, sir? Thank you so much, sir. Pardon? Please introduce you. Myself, Mr. Amit. I'm basically from Punjab. Just shifted to Raipur 3 months back. But basically I am from Amritsar, the city of Golden. So this is a problem in North we are facing, whether it's Delhi, whether it's Haryana, it's Punjab. Our best of the students who are very good in academics, but they say, so we are not going to live back in India because they're not getting good opportunities. So my only concern is that what NEP is assuring to these people, like they will. We talked about so many things. What are the practical measures we should take? Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. I will very quickly respond to this. At the very outset, I mentioned about parents are very sick. You remember? Very hopefully we should try to interpret the problem that we have. But parents should be very, very open. They should be very. Once coming to 50 to follow, we see the contours and meanings of the curriculum. You have to make the parents in Punjab. And we should be very honest. I'm not going to make any comparison between government. Why is it in government? And I am telling that the NEP 2020 has also talked about the very constructive collaboration public private. But I am saying that it is only a matter of making that I just get right to probably visit to the country of Christian and we visit to many other universities. I don't find any reason that we should go across. My brothers also went at 17 for hard. That time that was a start. But in present time, I feel if parents are aware, there is no need. We cannot stop anybody because the globe, we talk of globe as a village, that is everybody gets taken there to go. Higher education. But I am saying in the present time, it is a matter of making parents aware and just spread the word about it in especially there. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us on the importance of multilinguistic development, experiential learning, assessment, and we have rekindled our minds on equilibrium between body, mind, and inspiration. And thank you for answering the question. A man of distinct vision and an idol of inspiration, it is a privilege and great joy to extend our sincere thanks to Dr. Srivastava. Sir, your very presence amidst us today, in spite of your busy schedule, is a reflection of the importance you give to enrich educational institutions. Thank you, sir. A true leader has a confidence to stand alone and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. It is a privilege and great joy to invite Dr. Justin Nelson Michael, Director, Center for Research, to deliver the vote of
A very good morning to everyone present here. We all cherish the legacy of the revolutionary education is spearheaded innovation and education in our nation. Our institute history inspires us to promote education for the development of our nation. This fraternity salutes the conclave of all academic leaders and educators, the architects of the future that have gathered together for the 8th All India Educators Meet on transcending school education by embracing innovation. Yes, we all share this joyous task of engendering this great purpose of man. Isn't it a blessing to be led by an inspirational leader in this journey? Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. One such leader and friend is Dr. Srivastava, Joint Director, National Council of Education, Research and Training, Government of India, New Delhi. A visionary leader with a keen interest in reforms in school education. A person of a very simple disposition, but empowered with insightful innovations to change the education system. An unassuming person, but a powerhouse of energy to lead us to good changes. Sir, your esteemed presence has been a source of inspiration and strength to each and every one of us. The constituent, the family, and all the academic leaders and educators present here are grateful to you. We thank you, sir. We request Professor Aloysius Edward, Dean, Faculty of Commerce and Management in the Red Faculty, to offer a memento as a token of gratitude. The educator's need is the brainchild of happiness. We extend our gratitude to Father Dr. Augustine George, Principal of Christianity College, for his visionary leadership, zeal, and unstinted joy in spearheading the planning and execution of the 8th All India Educators Meet. Thank you. An energetic team of young brigade has been at the focus as relentless warriors, to ensure the effective conduct of the system. We are grateful to Professor Aloysius Edward, the IQAC Director and Dean, Faculty of Commerce and Management for his leadership. Special thanks to Dr. Gopakumar Reddy, Dean Faculty of Humanities, Dr. Charles Kristu, Dean Faculty of Sciences, for leading the path to redesign and transcending this education. A special note of gratitude to Professor Dr. Jonas Richard, Head Department of Social Work, the convener of this conference, Professor Ramya, Associate Director at IQAC, Professor Mary Jacob, the co-conveners, and the versatile leaders for this. We express our gratitude to the members of the IQAC and faculty coordinators, Dr. Sujit Singh, Sinha, and Professor Sonia Simon, who have executed this French educators meet, assisted ably by the faculty members and students of this college. Kristu Jayanti is honored by the presence of distinguished academic leaders, principals, and educators from various parts of the country who have come together to chart a new trajectory that transcends through education by embracing innovation. Thank you, dear delegates, for accepting our invitation and attending the broader team. We hope the 8 educators meet will take us closer to our aim of achieving the initiative goal of upper segment.
Thank you, Nelson, sir, for your unstinted support for the educators' need. Life is about discovering who we are. Leading is about striving to become better than we are and helping everything and everyone around us to become better too. Dear delegates, it's a joy to have you in our campus. The interest and enthusiasm you have shown in being part of this educators' meet is indeed encouraging. Your active presence and insightful professional deliberations is imperative to the team. We, Kristu Jayanti Academic Fraternity, wish each and every one of you an enriching time at our campus. Thank you, one and all. Have a great day. Kindly rise for the Jayanti anthem. Dear delegates, now we are breaking for tea. Tea is served in the pantry hall. We will be returning back to the same venue after 15 minutes for the technical section 1, recent trends in technology and education, AI platforms and impact on school by Mr. Anand Desai, Program Manager, Education, IT for Change, Bangalore. So we will resume back within 15 minutes by 11:10 in the same room.